Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live stream of UFL tournament. Uh, would you say round two? Yeah, round two. I'm
Yeah,
Cameron
round two.
Cora. I'm alongside my partner tonight and also my teammate Tom Box. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Cam. What's up, everybody?
And we are here tonight to watch the Warriors and the Bills. And before we talk too much about that game, tell us a little about their first games, Tom.
Yeah, so the Warriors are coming in over their pretty substantial win last week of round one with the Falcons, 91-7 against the Falcons. So looking forward to see what they're going to do today against the Bills. The Bills coming into round two with the win of 35-10 over the Yellow Jackets. So it should be a good game. We got Gucci at quarterback for the Warriors, going to be coming out, and we got Craven coming out for the Bills. So it should be a pretty good matchup. I don't know if you watched yesterday's Cam, but it was a really good game as well. So I'm enjoying round two so far.
You got any predictions for us tonight, Tom?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the Bills, man. I really think Craven's gonna come out and show us what the Bills are about. The Warriors have been an established team for a while, and Craven, this is his. I don't know if you call it his first season because he was here, with the CFL for season 2 for a couple games, and then the UFL started. So I mean, I wouldn't call him a rookie, but he's still pretty new. But I think he's gonna come out and lead his Bills to a victory today.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you there. I think that the Warriors are kind of like the Bills right now in the sense of they've both kind of reloaded their rosters once again. The Warriors are kind of replugging in new players and coming all together again. Where the Bills are in the same boat. They have that whole new team pretty much together. That's only played one official game together. It was the one tournament game in the last round. But they looked really good, and I think Crevin, he looks really good at quarterback. He looks pretty comfortable. They have a really good pass rush. So I'm going to take the Bills as well, but nothing taking away from the Warriors. However, Gucci, same thing. He's one of those quarterbacks that you see improvement and improvement the more he plays, and he's looked really good as of late. We played them yesterday. Um, and he looked really good. He makes some really tight throws at times, and he's got good pocket awareness and the ability to avoid pressure when he needs to. So don't take anything away from his running game either. He can definitely get out of the pocket, make plays, scramble for some yards and some first downs, and make things happen.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely not taking anything away from the Warriors. Phenomenal team, like you said, they're kind of coming into the season, freshly put together. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good matchup. I really look forward to it.
Yeah, definitely agree. And and particular matchups I think we should watch tonight, and a big thing that's going to be a part of the Warriors and how they're going to have to win this game is to protect Gucci. He has to have time to let his receivers get open, make good decisions, to make good throws, because the Bills have such a good pass rush. Their line is going to have to be on point tonight if they want to have a chance to score enough points to win this game. And on the flip side of that, the Bills, what they're going to need to do is just stay consistent, not turn the ball over too much. We've seen them a few times get a little excited, turn the ball over in some key situations, and they just have to avoid costly turnovers. And I think that's the game plan going in for both the teams to have those keys to victory.
Absolutely, and it is definitely crucial to have that offensive line. Give you the time, give the quarterback the time to get those passes out. I've seen it, too many times to where when that offensive line doesn't work together and get those key blocks at quarterback, it just destroys an offense, just drastically destroys it. So
Mm-hmm.
absolutely correct on that one. They're gonna have to protect that quarterback so he can get out there. And I've seen the Bills rush. It's strong. So it looks
Mm-hmm.
like both teams have taken the field. They're lined up at the 40s. The refs are only rest are getting everything going. I believe we're going to have a coin toss here soon. Got about 5 minutes before the kickoff.
Mic check. All right. So, since the
Security.
there's another one,
That's kicking.
my bad.
So as they're getting ready, another thing I want to point out tonight is there's a few playmaking receivers out here. One in particular I want to point out on the Bills that stood out is Jaden Spot. He's looked really good from what I've seen from him. I've only watched him in the one game last week, but outside of that, pickups, scrims, etc., I've seen quite a bit from him. He's a very good receiver. He'll make plays for you, and that's definitely one person to watch tonight.
Absolutely. Playing with him during these pickups that we've been doing, the past couple months, he's definitely been the one with the hands. If you need somebody to throw to. So it looks like the coin toss is going. We'll see here in just a second who won.
And Crevin's not afraid to throw it up to his playmakers. He trusts in his receivers, and you can see that as they play. He'll throw it up to them and trust them to come down with it. And there's a large chunk of time that they do.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's got some pretty decent, pretty good names on his side. He's got Pater out there. He's got Zany, you got Dante, and you've got Dre over there. He's got a good core. So as we've been talking about since we started, it's going to be a good matchup.
Looks like the Bills will receive. Well, we saw some really good throws out of Gucci yesterday. Of a few just threading the needle throws over the shoulders. It was just like he was impressing me quite a bit on some of his throws yesterday, and so I look for that today too, because he's going to have to get precise and make sure he doesn't throw any interceptions or do anything that will hurt his team.
You think they're going to play any different tonight than they did last night with us?
I don't think they'll play too different. I think you got a quarterback like Crevin who can make throws. You don't have to game plan for any one specific thing. You don't have to only stop his run because he can throw it. You can't really, you can't just flood the box and blitz because they have some receivers that can make plays. And so if you give them one-on-one, they're going to take that. They're going to throw it up, and they have good
Ransom,
receivers
can
to
we just
make
TP that
those
last player real
plays.
fast?
So
To the
I
sideline?
don't think they'll play too
Yo,
different from how they
real
played
fast.
us.
Got like.
I think the Warriors overall
Okay, I
know
get
what
him
they
over
need to do to win this game,
Okay.
and it's just a matter of doing it. And they have a few playmakers on their side too. Like, let's not forget about them. They have Nate Forder and Cal Quan, among others. That you get them the ball, and they're decent runners. Like, they can make plays for sure. Cal has spent a large chunk of time at quarterback, so he definitely knows the movement of this game. And give him the ball, and he can make plays too.
Absolutely. So it looks like we've got Craven back deep to receive, joined by Mr. Zany on his left and Jaden is on his right.
I look for the Bills to try to get their running game going early. Probably going to be a point of emphasis here on this first drive, just to establish that run, keep the Warriors' defense honest, and try not to be too one-dimensional with passing, which we've seen teams get that way at times. And hopefully look for them to find that balance of being able to run when they need to.
Absolutely, and a lot of things that I saw last night's game. That secondary gets so blind, so blind to going after the coverage that they just completely forget about everything. So, and the kick is up. I'll finish this thought after this.
That's going to go out of bounds for a
bounce
40-yard
out,
penalty.
Yep. That's an interesting start. That gives the Bills really good field. They're on their 40.
So you take a look at the receivers here. On the left outside, we got Jaden Spot. Behind him is Liber Pater. Inside in the slot is Zany. On the right side slot is Dre Courts, and then on the right outside is Dante. Quarterback obviously is Crevin. His right guard is Otis. His center is Rico Courts, and his left guard is Puppet.
Down, set, height.
So Craven rolls to his left. He's under a little bit of pressure, but there goes that ground game. Like I had said previously, I'm pretty sure that they're just going to try to keep this going. And a very good move, cut inside, and he's going up field. And he could have a touchdown here. One key block, and he does. And he is gone.
Yep.
A terrific run from Craven. And that was just really well set up blocks and the ability for Craven to see that, have that visual, and the awareness to get through and around those blocks. That was just a really good run.
Absolutely. And he got stumbled at, that one time he got stumbled and just was able to break free. He got, free that one stumble and got those key blocks. And, here we go with the Bills on their first touchdown. So 6 points on the board for the Bills.
Quick strike. So what the Warriors need to do now is not feel too pressured to make mistakes, but at the same time you really want to answer back, because if this turns into an offensive game and you fall behind a couple touchdowns, things aren't going to look good. So the Warriors, it's not do or die already, but it would be very good for them. A key thing would be to answer back right here.
Absolutely, yeah. It can be a real big morale killer. A touchdown like that on the first drive like that. You've got to be able to recover from that and brush off the pads and say hey, it's just one touchdown. We've got all game to go. So the Warriors just got to kind of stand back up, get back in position and just keep pushing and answer that call.
Back to return, Sick Akiri, Gucci, and Nate Forder are the three in the back for the Warriors. I'm sure they're looking for a good return, set up some good field position to try and answer right back to the Bills.
All right, and the kick is off, and it's going to go kind of straight in the middle. He's going to go ahead and
there's a dead ball penalty.
Making it to the 20, 25. Oh. Yeah, and we're going to have a dead ball, so that's going to come back for a re-kick.
And yeah, probably in offsides.
Yeah, and that's bad because that was a good return. He got up to the 29-yard line. Let's see what this penalty is going to be. I believe we've got Keys as the head ref tonight.
It doesn't look like anything's going to be enforced as the teams are getting on their pose balls. Not sure if they haven't called the penalty yet, or if it's being declined, or what have you. Tonight's refs are Keith and Rasden. And they're probably, yeah, like you said, they're probably discussing it right now. On the Warriors side of the ball, we got Gucci at quarterback, like we said previously. We got Cal Quan on that right outside.
It looks like he's crashing, I think, by you. Sure, just give me 1 second, guys.
I think we got a crash player.
Timeout.
I don't know exactly what spots each of these players are going to be in, but the receivers, we got Tremaine, Nate Forder. I think that's Sick running around there. On the line, they got Katia Wilder, left guard. They have 69 Loon, center, and Dana Uppity White Girl
No cadence.
on right guard. Looks like Blackheart Torres is actually going to come in for center and move 69 Loon to the right slot receiver position.
All right, so it looks like that penalty is going to be a no cadence penalty. They're going to get assessed a 5-yard penalty, so that's going to probably go ahead and be brought back. Looks like we got correction. We got Rasden on the field. Rasden is going to be our head ref calling out penalties.
Formations again, please.
Looks like they're just going to add on 5 yards to the end of the play there, to the end of the run. So the Warriors with pretty decent field position.
I'm sorry, my mic's turned off too early.
Yeah, that is exactly what's going on here. Yeah, starting off, really good. They've got them to the 29, and now they're looks like a 10-yard.
So just like that run we saw Crevin do. It's all good. Just like that run we saw Krevin do, look for Gucci to make similar plays and hopefully try to establish that ground game
Down
himself
7.
early on. And he's going to hike in and roll to the left. Good block so far. Not a whole lot of pressure. He has time to make a decision, and now he's under pressure, but a really good move, and he's got room to run if he takes it, and he does. Up for very close to the first down. Tackled by Zaney.
Try and get that first down. Just shy of it.
It was a solid run. What I like what he
Absolutely.
did there was he rolled to his left, and he knew that he had time, so he took his time to look for a pass. Nothing was there. He made a move to get that lane for the run and took advantage of it. And another very good move as he takes the ball up the middle for a good gain of 8. Tackled by Zaney once again. What are you seeing on the defensive side?
Well, it looks like the line is not making that full hard rush. You know, they're kind of holding back. I'm pretty sure they're kind of just reading, to see how things go. I mean, when I'm on the defensive line right in the beginning, I want to see how the offense is going to work. I want to see what they're going to do, how they're going to react, and then I start making my adjustments. So I think that's what the defense is doing right now. Just kind of getting a feel for everything.
So that play there, I believe the ball was intended for. I'm sorry, no name tags here. Ball appeared to be intended for Tremaine. It looked to be a little bit short, but it also looked like it could have been a ball that could have been caught. It was only first down, however, so not too much harm done. We go to 2nd and 10 now. But a really good pocket movement there from Gucci. He bought himself a lot of time. It doesn't look like he's under too much pressure right now. We talked about that pregame. A big key to this game is keeping Gucci safe and giving him a lot of time to make decisions, and so far so good.
Yeah, we got another flag on the play. Going to be a dead ball now. And Raz is going to call a false start penalty on the home team. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty there.
5-yard penalty.
Who was that penalty on?
Repeat.
And that'll eat you up right there. You could have an amazing drive.
It was the middle guy on the trip.
Penalties in, and it can really it can demoralize you as well as just pretty much kill everything that you're trying to do. You get a 10-yard gain, it drops you back 5 yards. It's a tough one to have those things happen. So you've got to really get control over your players.
Yeah. And not only does it move you back 5 yards, but it can also be, like you said, demoralizing. It can mentally mess you up a little bit, maybe make you try to make more plays than you need to, do that extra one movement that you really didn't need to do, and it could just mess you up a little bit because you feel like you have to get that extra yardage back.
Absolutely. So on the defense, you got Puppet and Dre sitting there at the line. They're kind of just floating around the line of scrimmage right now.
He drops way back, makes a throw to an open man on the right side of the field. It was a good throw. Good decision by Tremaine to find that open area and just sit on it, let Gucci find him. And it was a good throw, gets to him, and he picks up 10 yards. And now you're talking about that penalty really hurts now because you could be looking at a 1st and 10, and instead it's 3rd and 5.
That's right. So what's your take on dropping back so far? Because, I mean, in my opinion, when you drop back so far and you make these nice 20, 30-yard passes – and you only gain, 5 or so yards. So quick pass out here to the left-hand side.
Oh, very good play.
Receiver, and he gets the first down.
I like that call. You could tell that was designed. Whoever called that, props to you. That was a good job noticing that they were playing quite a bit off with their defenders. So you get that quick bubble screen out there and let Nathan Porter make a play. And he was somebody, like I mentioned before the game, he can get the extra yards after he catches. But my opinion on dropping back, it's just a matter of what you have to do versus what you're doing. And I feel like Gucci is staying up close to the line for as long as he feels like he can before that pressure gets there, and then he starts dropping back. And in that situation, so far, he's making the right decisions. And although he's throwing 30 yards to only get 5 yards, he's still getting yards. So right now, no harm done on dropping so far back. But like as you see right now, he only does it when he needs to. And that was a beautiful throw to Sick. And as a fumble on the play and the Bills recover, Otis picks it up, and it's the Bills football.
Oh, man, that's a tough break right there.
The Warriors looked really good there on offense, and they were about to answer back, I feel like, and a fumble just cut that drive short, and now Krevin and the Bills have a chance to really shove that turnover down their throat. Great blocks from the Bills.
Yeah, he's
And
got
Krevin
plenty
has
of
running
time.
room, and he'll take it and step out of bounds for a gain of 5.
Yeah, that's really smart to step out because you never know when that fumble's going to hit you.
How does it make you feel when fumbles happen, Tom? Just give us an example of the feelings that the Warriors have right now.
It can kill momentum,
Down,
you know,
set,
especially
hike.
after a reception like that. You know, when I was a receiver with the Falcons, you know, you'd get this amazing, 30, 40-yard catch, and you'd get downfield and only to fumble it, and it's just like,
Ooh. And a missed catch. It looked like a good throw, and I think it was
it's just kind of
Dre
stopped.
just didn't quite haul it in. That's a catch you have to make.
Yep.
You know, when you're
Especially
that
when
open.
when it's thrown that great on his
Yeah.
outside shoulder.
Very good throw, and you know when you're that open and the ball's coming in your general area, you have to make those catches. It really hurts.
False start.
And now you
It's
add
like
on
we
the
got another
missed
dead ball.
you add on the missed 30-yard catch or so right there,
5-yard
and now
penalty.
you lose 5 yards, and you're looking at 3rd and 10. That hurts.
Who's that on, Resin?
It's like it's going to be a false
Inside
start on the
receiver on the trip.
Bills. Refs calling it on the one of the outside receivers on the trip side. That's going to set them back even more.
3rd down.
But yeah, going back to the fumbles, it's you know, it can just kind of put your face.
Hold on a
meeting your-
second. Hold
meeting
on.
your hand, kind of that face palm moment of just, man, all that work for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we both have been there on that you
Mhm.
know, and on the other side of the coin, you know, if you recover it, it still feels bad because you just got the ball from that. But you know, that's just how the game is now.
Mm. One thing though that the fumbles can in theory, be kind of a good thing if it fires them up and makes them, if they got angry about that fumble and they just really want to get the ball back here, they really want to play good defense and make sure that something, game of chance like the fumble doesn't hurt them too bad. It can, play to their advantage in a way. Plenty
That's
of
right.
time
He is
for
getting
Krevin.
some amazing blocks in that.
Yeah, they have a
backfield.
4-man rush with only 3 blockers, and he's still making plays and a perfect throw to the outside to Dante.
Dante came back for that one and just snagged it, and that was perfect.
Perfect throw and a really good catch by Dante. Good job getting open.
Absolutely. Craven threw it, exactly where he needed. He kind of threw it under. Dante recognized it, came back, grabbed it for the pickup on that one.
Down, set, hike.
But, I mean, they're bringing the house right now, and still Krevin has quite a bit of room. This time they did break through the line quite well. He's dropped back about 135 yards.
He is dropped back
and a pick.
Oh,
See, and that's what we were talking about earlier. A great interception by Nathan Porter. But, Tom, you mentioned it, dropping back too far, and that's a great example of when not to do it. If you're going to drop back that far and you're under that much pressure, throw the ball away. Don't hurt your team and just throw it up, and that's exactly what just happened.
I think a lot of quarterbacks forget about the option to throw it away.
Yeah.
They feel pressured that they have to make that catch or they have to make that throw, and they forget the option. They forget the option just to kind of to throw it away and take the down.
Yeah. That was very well played by Puppet there. Gucci trying to put the juke boots on, and he only gets a couple yards out of that. Really well played by Puppet to stay with him there on the outside.
If I'm not mistaken, this is Puppet's first season, and she, she played with us a good bit and at the pickups and things like that, and I've seen the improvement.
Ooh, a missed catch
that
there.
was almost picked right there, yeah.
That was really what Gucci did right there. It's a great strategy. He started sprinting up towards the line, as if he was going to run. He brought that cornerback down, and then he went for the pass. Unfortunately, I'm not sure who it was, but they just kind of moved out of the way of the ball a little bit. It was a catchable pass, and it would have been a great play. But the blocks are good so far for the Warriors. Like Gucci has time, and things are looking good right now for them.
Absolutely. We saw in round one couple shutouts, couple really big point games. Yeah, it looks like the Warriors are going to take a timeout, kind of figure some things out maybe, or TP somebody in. But yeah, so week one we saw quite a bit of shutouts, really high point score games.
Timeout.
And from what I can tell on week two, it really hasn't been that case. So it looks like these these teams are getting matched up. Yesterday I believe the score was 28-0, and I mean that was a hard fought game. So I think we're going to see another repeat of that tonight.
Mhm. If you're just joining us, the Bills currently have a 7-0 lead over the Warriors here in the first quarter with 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. But the score is pretty vindictive on how the game is being played because it's relatively close. I mean, it's very close actually, and the Warriors have looked good, and they were stopped on their last drive from a fumble, which is a heartbreaker. But they're looking good on offense, and they're driving the ball down the field, and it's a very good game so far.
All right, we're good. Yeah, just hold on a second, Cal.
Absolutely, and those turnovers, especially when it's when it's a random turnover from a fumble, those are just tough ones. Had a couple picks. The picks are nice. That's definitely when a pick occurs. It's you feel good about those. When your team grabs that, and changes over things. That's a good feeling. I never have a good feeling when a fumble occurs and we get on offense because of a fumble. It's never. I feel like I want to earn getting that ball, not just a random occurrence of a fumble happening. But that's the system we play on.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a penalty on the field.
Penalty for teleporting onto the field.
Okay, where we at? Where's Craven?
On the Bills.
All right, Craven, we have a player who was TP'd onto the sim without being asked by the referee or anything before the timeout was asked by Cal. And his name is Siegel. Austin Siegel.
All right.
Bro.
And that's going to be a tough one because I believe that carries either a 10 or 15 yard penalty.
TP on the sim.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's gonna
definitely not good.
Yeah, that's gonna get that's gonna be it's gonna move them up to the 30 and getting close to that red zone.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
And that hurts.
Ouch.
That brings them extremely close now.
You put any team this close, and it's one of those.
And now you're only a play from the end zone.
That's right. I mean, you've got 4 plays to move, 22 yards, and you're in. And we'll take this kind of downtime right here. We want to welcome everybody into the live stream. If you're just joining in, this is the preseason, you want to call it, I guess, tournament series. This is week 2. And we're going to go ahead and get in play.
It looks like the Warriors are actually 2 men down right now. They're missing a center and a receiver, and I think Gucci just threw that one away.
And I want to welcome everybody, into the chat. Vaping plus interactive. It's happening. It's happening. Just there's no face cam right now to see it.
They get a receiver back, so that's good. But they're still missing a center, and we talked about the pass rush. They get right
and
through.
There it is right there. They got
completely unblocked.
He is getting rushed hard.
And Gucci's lucky he didn't throw a pick there. That was almost right to Pater, just a couple yards shy of his feet. And we talked about that pass rush, and right now it's showing up, especially with the missing center. And if I was the Warriors, I'm not too sure I wouldn't sacrifice a 5th receiver and bring in a center rather than having 5 receivers. There they go.
That's definitely something.
They get a block there, and he has room and time. He's got a man open in the middle, and he drops back, and he's going to make a deadly throw, and it goes right to Zaney. He thought he had him.
When you get that pass rush, you're a quarterback. You get that pass rush, and you got to make that quick decision. And that was a fatal.
And sometimes it isn't always the best one when you have to think too quickly, and it looks like right there is one of the situations where Gucci just had to think a little bit quicker than he wanted to with the extra the extra man coming in, and one less blocker.
That's right. Sometimes it's just good, and you've done it before. Sometimes it's just good to take a sack. Make up those yards on the next play, especially when it's first down. Like it was.
Yeah, and that hurts. Quite curious about their ninth man because things could have been way different if they just had that extra time. He has a man wide open deep left, and he doesn't see him. There is nobody around him. He's trying to avoid pressure, so unfortunately wasn't able to see that. And he's just going to throw it up into coverage, and it's intercepted by Gucci. A great play. But on that play, I wish we had replay. I wish I could show you. He had a man just run a streak on his left side. There was nobody within 20, 25 yards, and it's a missed touchdown for the Bills there that turns into a turnover.
And, great read on the defense on that. And that, I really think that comes with experience and time, quarterbacking. We were talking about earlier that, he's a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
Dude's just going to go take it up and run it. And pretty decent game. Picked up 6 yards. Going to be 2nd and 4 on the Warriors 31.
One thing I'm seeing out of this game that I really didn't think we would see is that the mistakes aren't being created as such as they're just hurting themselves. It seems like both teams right now and the mistakes that have happened because of self-error rather than, very good play from the defensive side. Oh, and a great throw. And Nathan Forder catches it in traffic, and we have 1st and goal for the Warriors.
All right, let's see if they can answer that call and, put some points on the board.
Gucci's handling himself right now with a 4-man rush with only 2 blockers. He's doing pretty well. And his team's threatening to score here.
Looks like some key blocks happening.
Oh, great move.
Oh, yeah, he's going to go.
Oh, what a great move. A great run from Gucci for the touchdown. And we have a tie game, barring any errors on the extra point. What a great move. Great job by Gucci to find the lanes he needed to find.
Absolutely. Just like what we were talking in the beginning in the pregame, and it looks like they're going to go get that extra point. Tied game. And, like we were talking about in the beginning, that run game, it's making the decision to either run or go ahead and pass it. And, I'm seeing a lot more often, the quarterbacks are they're seeing the holes and they're taking them. And they're getting good yards on that.
And I think what happened there for the Bills is they got pretty sack happy. They didn't work on the contain. They saw the center's gone. Let's go in for the kill. They went in for the sack. Gucci dropped way back, and they really wanted that huge loss of yards, so they got a little aggressive. Gucci saw that, stepped up, and made a big play. He took advantage of their over-aggressiveness.
Down, set, hike.
And a very short kick, and Jaden recovers it, and they're going to have really good field position here.
And that's one thing you can't do. You can't be over aggressive. There's a time to be aggressive, and there's a time to contain. And when you're that close to the goal line, you've got to contain it. Let your secondary do the work. In the backfield, and just watch that line, watch that run.
Yeah. But an impressive showing from the Warriors right now, playing man down. The ability to get in and score after a turnover and really take advantage of that is huge. And right now they have very good containment, good coverage in the backfield. Not a lot open, but he does find a man eventually.
Absolutely. He had nothing but time in the backfield.
Yeah.
Craven was able to just kind of sit back, find his receivers.
Yeah, Pater
get the ball out.
Found that open space there. But really the Warriors did the opposite of what the Bills did on their defensive showing last drive, was that they're strictly playing contain right now. They didn't really go for the sack, and it left them a lot of time. And a great move from Craven there. It appears like he'll get the first. He'll get close.
Yeah, very, very close. And that's that's one thing I've seen out of Craven a lot. He gets that pass rush, and he is good. He is quick on his feet to get that scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Down, set, hike.
Yeah, but playing a man down on the line, it's definitely a lot harder to get the pressure. We're seeing Craven. Oh, there's wide open receiver downfield, and it's Jaden We talked about him before the game.
That's right.
And a 45-yard touchdown for Jaden Spot.
And he was wide open in the middle too. You know, just playing patty cake with himself there. And
he was by himself. That's one of those throws where Creven sees him open with 20 yards of grass all the way around him and just throws it up in that area and says, "Please make that catch." And
yeah, that's right. You don't really have to pinpoint accurate that one.
So now after the extra point, it will be 14-7 Bills. Just a one touchdown game.
As and as of right now, it's anybody's game. It took a little bit for the Warriors to answer the call, but they did answer the call and put some points on the board. So hopefully they're going to keep that momentum, keep that fire, and keep going. But both teams performing extremely well. The offense, the line is just even playing a man down, is really, they're getting the blocks in.
Yeah.
Yes, you are, bro.
But the Warriors, they've come out and they've genuinely impressed me, especially now. And I keep saying it, and I want to stress it. They're playing a man down, and the ability to play as well as they did in their last offensive drive, a man down was huge. And I hope that they get their ninth back, for them, for their sake. But right now they seem to be operating pretty well without that ninth, and they're impressing me coming out so far.
That's right. Looking on the sidelines for the Bills, I mean, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing 5 extra players on the side. I mean, they've got that roster full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got Craven lining up to make the kick.
We should
sick deep to receive.
I believe it's the same 3: Sick, Gucci, and Nate Porter. Yes, it is.
Yep, that's right.
So once again, the Warriors are in another situation where they have to answer back. But if they play like they did in their last drive, they should be able to. Gucci's awareness to make moves under pressure right now is the reason why the Warriors' offense is being successful, even a man down. Their 2 linemen that they have up there currently are doing a really good job, considering it's a 2v4 up there right now. They're bringing in 4-man rush with only 2 blockers, so they're doing a really good job. That line plus Gucci's movement right now is why the Warriors are looking impressive on offense.
Absolutely. So it's going to be kind of a short kick with Nathan grabbing the ball. He's going to be taken down right at the 30-yard line. So they're going to start their drive. So it's just shy of the 30, but let's see what they pick it up here. Warriors are going to be 1 man down. Going to be dropping the center, which, like we've been talking, the Bills are bringing in that pass rush, and with him being 1 man down, he's got to scramble. He's got to get those passes out. But, Gooch is handling himself.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's making plays back there. And I'm sure he's telling his receivers, I'm going to need some quick passes because, I'm under a lot of duress back here. And it looks like they are running pretty quick, short routes and trying to get him some help. And right there, just not able to make that move. And sacked by Otis for a loss of 13. And that hurts. That's a 2nd and 23 now. That's a long way to go.
That's a lot of green to cover. And in the beginning of the play, he had some time. He had some blocks getting down. He was good in the beginning, but just that extra time that he took for his receiver to get open, find a receiver that cost him that 13 yards.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. The quick routes are going to be essential right now for his success. And he's going to go deep right now, way deep left, and it's just over his receiver. I'm not sure if his receiver stopped sprinting on the play or if it was just an overshoot. But either way, it could have been huge for the Warriors.
Absolutely. I think that might have been, one of the safer, better safe than sorry to kind of throw it over a little bit. If he would have thrown that short, you run the risk of that pick.
Good blocks this time. It looks like they brought in a receiver for the extra blocks. And he's going to go to the middle. He's got a man wide open, and it's Nate Forder who picks up 28 yards and a first down. A really good decision by Gucci and a really good job by Nate Forder of finding that open area in the middle. It looked a lot like a Blaze Vela route.
Down, say hi.
Can we say that he's great, but
I don't know if we can do that. Oh, he threw it right to I believe that's Otis who bats it down at the point of the throw there.
Great matchup.
That's a great game.
We've watched a lot of games, and this is probably one of the best.
This is a really good one. I'm actually very impressed. They're bringing in the extra receivers. They're bringing in their slot receivers depending on which side they're going. So when you'll see that Gucci just rolled left, they brought in that slot receiver on the left side for the extra block, and that's what I was trying to say before. I would sacrifice a receiver for the extra blocks, and so far it's working for them.
5-yard.
Yeah, so there's going to be a penalty on the play. It's going to be a false start on the home team, and that's going to hurt. That's going to bring it back another 5. And when you're a man down, it's really tough, especially with these penalties that keep dropping you back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're doing, you're scratching and crawling and clawing to get those yards, and then this penalty hits.
But so far, from what we've seen on this drive, even though they take a step back, it seems like they take 2 forward for every step they take back. They're doing well making up for the loss of yards. So like I said before, look for those slot receivers on the inside. The receivers here with Cal Kwan and the receiver over here on the right side with 69 Loon to come in and make an extra block. You'll see Cal right here just coming in now for that extra block. Buy Gucci that extra time to hopefully find a man. And he's going to throw it up to the middle. And he's got his man, Sick, who's tackled by Crevin. Really good play.
That was a fantastic throw. He was under heavy pressure. Those outside linebackers, both sides, going to give the props to Otis and Rico there, Rico Courts.
Mm-hmm.
They both rushed in. Kind of did that half moon pattern that is pretty popular. They've done a lot. Yep. They almost got gooched. I mean, I was just getting ready to call that sack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
He got the ball away.
But that was a great catch by Sick as well. And it looks like he's got running room. He'll take advantage of that and get the first and more, much more. A great move. Picks up 11 yards and is tackled by Otis. But Gucci, once again, making plays, even a man down. And the Warriors' offense is looking really good for playing with 8.
That's right. We got a question here. Is there any truth to the rumors that Andrew Rice was benched for beating up his girlfriend in the elevator? I don't really think we can comment on that one. I haven't heard those stories.
Oh, running room for Gucci, who picks up 9, gets tackled by Crevin. And right now,
absolutely,
the pass rush we talked about before the game is not doing what you would expect. They're playing without an extra lineman, and they're still not able to contain. I don't know if they're playing over aggressively. If you want to watch that, Tom, and let me know what you think about that. But it just seems like they're not containing him right now.
Well, before the dead ball penalty, you were just saying that, and the outside linebackers are absolutely, they're not playing containment. They are rushing in. They are sack hungry. They've got sack on the brain. They want that sack.
Whoever the middle guy, that's the guy who moved the middle.
And I've been guilty of that before. When I played with the Falcons in the beginning, you get that first sack, sack, and you're all charged up. You're ready to push in. You're ready to, get it. And quarterbacks can see that, so they, they'll take advantage of that overzealous, sack hungry, defender, and that's what allowed him to start rushing up the middle. So it looks like it's going to be another 5-yard penalty. Going to be another false start. That's going to drop it back.
Well, like I was saying, for every step backwards that they've taken 2 or 3 forward. And let's see if they can do it again. This will have to be the 3rd time they'll have to overcome a loss of yards on this drive.
All right,
You know, take a moment. I'm gonna
Yes.
zoom in here and glance at you. But there's a drastic difference in my attire and yours, Cam. What decision was made for the wife beater, man?
Oh, you know, it. I got that new. It's kind of like vanilla scented. Washing machine soap. Smells nice. Plus, you don't need to wear. You don't need to wear a suit out here. We're in the city. You can do whatever you want.
I feel you.
Plus, whatever suit I would have worn would have looked way better than yours. I didn't want to embarrass you too much.
Oh, that's how it is.
I
You got
decided
that
you could
swag.
look good today.
Oh, I appreciate that. Give a quick shout out. This broadcaster booth is amazing. I don't know if you guys have zoomed in and kind of looking at taking a look at the detail and things like that. But I do believe this was built by Baldev of the Falcons, and did a fantastic job on this. He takes pride in his builds. Anything he has done has been phenomenal. Have you seen his new dome, Cam?
I have. The hanger? Is it the one that looks like the hanger?
Yeah, the hanger. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It does look very good.
So shout out to Baldev with the Falcons on the Sportscasters booth here. Fantastic job on that.
If you're just joining us, the Bills are winning 14-7 right now with 6 minutes 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter. But the Warriors are looking good.
And they are, the Warriors are in striking distance, to answer the call.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they do it. And if this continues going, it's going to be back and forth game, which is great. And he's going to go ahead and go up. And, and a sack.
Well played by Jazzy there. He made a really good move, avoiding. I think it was Dre playing outside linebacker that time. He avoided that, but didn't see Jazzy on the comeback when he went back to his left side. And a good play by Jazzy getting that sack. Oh, and another sack by Jazzy. Once again, just getting right through the line. No resistance there.
Yeah, and that that's what I was talking about. That firing up. You get that first big sack, and you just want more. And Jazzy just got in there, got some.
It looks like the Warriors are going to go for a field goal here. This is a very long field goal. I'm not sure what the max is. We'd have to ask Michael Slate, the self-proclaimed best kicker.
46 is the max right now. 46 yards is the max, and you've got to
looks
get
like
100%.
They're at like 47, almost.
Yeah, you got to get 100% with the boost bonus. So let's see what
Nate Forder's the kicker, and his kick is up, and it is going to be short, about 10-15 yards.
90.
Way short, yeah.
He only hit a 90%, as we just heard him say over in local.
Hopefully he doesn't get penalized for that one.
So now you look at what could have been. The differences there. You could have thrown it up, for a chance at a first down, and if it's intercepted, oh well, it's kind of a punt. You could have punted if you wanted to, and not given them such great field position. There's a lot of different variables that go into the decision of kicking a field goal there. I'm not sure I agree with that decision because, for one, I don't even think that's a makeable field goal at 100. I'm not, like you said, 46. I think that was at the 47. If it's true what you say about the 46, I'm not sure I agree with that. They didn't need much. They didn't need much to just throw the ball up. You can just throw that ball up. It's intercepted. Oh well. They probably have really bad field position. But if you get it, that's a first down. And I disagree with the decision there. But hopefully they just take advantage of getting their ninth man back, who I just noticed, and playing really solid defense here and getting the ball back.
Down, set, hike.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I don't think I would have gone. I don't think I would have gone for that field goal. That's,
Good
great
catch by
reception
Jaden.
there, great pass. Yeah, great read on that. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have gone with the field goal because I mean they're
No.
that far away. Even if you would have punted, you would have put them back in,
Yep.
back far. But yeah,
I think
I'm
from
right there with you. I
there,
don't agree on that one.
you could
Down,
probably
set,
punt that out at
hike.
like the 5-yard line. So even if you didn't throw it up, a punt would have really pushed them back. Good containment, and he's got a man open by himself to the left side. That's Jaden. Once again, he had a 45-yard touchdown earlier. This one good for 37, and the Bills take a 2-possession lead now.
And yeah, the Warriors got to be kicking themselves right now for that field goal attempt because it put them in great field position, and they just go straight in for a touchdown. Jaden being the magic hands, he's had all 3 touchdowns, hasn't he?
No, I don't think he had all 3. Did he? I know he has 2 at least. The first one was ran in by Crevin on the first play,
That's right,
or the first offensive play
right.
for them of the game. But nonetheless, Jaden is around probably 80, 90 yards receiving with a couple of touchdowns. He's looking good. And, that's the guy I said to watch early on in this game before we even started. Look out for Jaden's spot. And right now he's backing those words up because he's been their playmaking receiver right now.
Absolutely. He gets a pass and he's catching it. He is the go-to man right now. So you're going to get a setup for the kick here. Craven, as usual, going to kick it off.
Once again, I believe it's Gucci, Sick, and Nate Forder back to return.
So, wonder what the Warriors are going to do next with this drive now that they've got their full, their full roster of 9 people.
I looked for their offense to be potent here. You have to answer back. This is almost a must answer back, especially if your defense isn't going to play as well as they were playing earlier on. I think this is how you have to answer back now with that 9th man, get that extra block in. Now you have all 5 of your receivers back because they were sacrificing one. And now is the time for Gucci and company to answer back with a touchdown.
Absolutely, and that kick was recoverable, and just Sick kind of just stood there and I don't know if that was part of the plan of just letting it roll out and get the touchback, or I don't know. That was a little odd. So they're going to get set up, full line, full receivers, trips to the left. Let's see what Gooch can do.
And the center now that was missing before is Blackheart Taurus.
Down, set, hike.
Oh, great move.
And he's got all
Gucci.
All day long to roll to the left-hand side.
Oh, and a sack by Jazzy. So
yeah,
far.
He kind of rolled to the back and was trying to dance around, and I don't even think he saw Jazzy. I don't think he saw him. Jazzy just blindsided him.
Mm-hmm.
And, looking over in the comments right now in the live stream, we'll thank everybody for joining in, kind of chit-chatting during the game. Slike with some good words. The Warriors need to answer this one. It's going to get out of reach. Hurry. He's correct. And a crossfield pass with the reception. Nathan Forder with the hands.
Nate Forder
almost
again.
Getting the first down. He's kind of been the Warriors' go-to right now.
Nate Forder has been their Doug Baldwin right now. He's the guy that's finding the shorter passes for good yards because he's finding that. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at what's being asked in IMs right now.
Referee, timeout.
But he's making plays right now, and
that
he's
over
finding the open areas.
First down.
That's right. Looks like we've got a referee timeout. Razin's on the field.
They're going to give him the first down. It looks like the ball crossed and the field didn't register it as a first down. So good job by Nate Forder. Once again, giving him props for how well he played right there. And, this isn't the first time he's done that in this game. Several times now. He's caught the ball quite a bit behind the first down marker and just, caught it in an open area that he found where he could get up to that first down. And he's done it probably 2-3 times now. And we got a bubble pass to the right side. Apologize for the camera there. Wasn't expecting that. It looks like it only got a yard to Calquan.
Yeah, that definitely got me too. I was, following the player and not the ball. So it looks like the Warriors' offensive line is kind of containing the Bills' pass rush right now. He's got plenty of room. He's going to go ahead and make it up. Oh, he's almost going to get the first down. He's going to pick up 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2, 38.
And chat seems to be enjoying the personal messages I got from Fru Shillington Diesel, little Peasel.
When Fru's in the house, things are gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Never a good idea for me to be streaming this game when Fru Diesel comes online. Say some stupid stuff.
That's a daily occurrence, but we love you, Fru. And what do you think the Bills are thinking right now? They've got they're up by 2.
I don't know. I think they
2
have to be
touchdowns.
happy with themselves on defense. I'm sorry, on offense, with how quickly they've scored, and they've had a lot of big plays. But defensively, I'm not sure that they're very satisfied, especially because they should have taken advantage of that ninth man missing. And now that the ninth is back, I don't see it getting any better. And, the Warriors are taking advantage
Kevin?
sometimes of the over aggressiveness of their pass rush. So I think they're happy offensively, but maybe a little concerned defensively.
Damn, shit.
Absolutely, and I think this would be a 1 touchdown game had we not seen that fumble.
Great move, just to get that extra yardage.
Absolutely, the offense there had plenty of blocks. Gucci had all the open room he needed to get to the right hand side and get that first down.
Now we got IMs coming in just cause. Thank you very much, Chris Piaggio. I appreciate you, man.
And they love them some Cam.
Now Gucci dropping way far back. He just threw that one in the grass, and he's very lucky that one wasn't intercepted. It should have been.
I saw 2 white jerseys there just trying to get to it, hustling, and it bounced off the feet. The feet.
That's one of those decisions that you can't make. You cannot hurt your football team right now by throwing balls like that are just not to any of your receivers. It was just kind of, I don't know if he was trying to throw it away. I'm not really sure. And that one is intercepted. That was a missed catch. And Crevin takes advantage. I believe it was whoever is right here. I think it was Cal Kwan that missed that catch. And it went right behind his back.
Back away from
yep.
It. And, Craven was, just
yep.
He got a good read on the quarterback, and he was just there for it.
Yep, Craven was behind him, and he took advantage of the miscatch, and now a turnover, and the Bills can really hurt the Warriors right now with a touchdown.
That's right. I mean, when you're down 2 touchdowns, it's crucial that you don't get those massive picks like that, massive turnovers. And Craven got plenty of time. Blockers everywhere. He's not pursued.
Great throw.
And a great reception there in the middle. He's going to roll it out.
Oh, and a fumble. This could be huge for the Warriors, but they don't get it.
Oh, that's a tough one.
The Bills recover. Jazzy picked it up in the right place at the right time.
And chat is alive now.
Crevin with plenty of time to make a decision. He's got his man on the open out route on the left side. He didn't see it, though. This one could be picked. Nearly intercepted. Ooh. Very well played there by Nate Porter.
Plenty of time back there in the pocket. Absolutely.
I have nice hips, apparently. Thank you for that, Leroy.
Down, set, hike.
But yeah, it looked like Crevin had his man on the left side on an out route. Just didn't see him. And on that last pass, if it was honestly right to his receiver, it would have been picked by Nate Porter because he was in front of the receiver. Good time here, and he's going to find his man for the touchdown. Great throw and a good catch. I believe that was Dante. It was for an 8-yard touchdown. Absolutely. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead now, 28-7 with the extra point with only 1:25 left in the first half. What do you think of that drive, Tom?
They got the ball on that pick and just moved it up. Precision. Craven just led that drive. Not much bad you can say about that drive. He just precision moved it forward like a surgeon and got the touchdown. And that, I was a little worried about that drop back that he just did. He dropped back a good 25 or so yards, but
contact with the official there. It's an ejection. Looks like Crevin's been ejected for bumping Rasden. Not actually, for the people that
That
don't
would
know
be
the
an
rule.
interesting. That would be an interesting
Right?
turn of events.
I'd be ejected out of every game. So once again, back to receive it is Sick, Gucci, and Nate Forder. And now with the 2-minute drill here, less than 2 minutes, for the Warriors' sake, they
Down, set,
hope to score. I believe they get the ball to start the second half. So if you score here quick, get the ball back in the second half and score again, it's only a touchdown game. You're right back in it.
Absolutely, they're gonna have to manage the clock
Mm-hmm.
pretty drastically on this.
I'll go ahead and move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see the time left here in the bag. There's 1:12 remaining. And Gucci's going to have to throw here. Something I'm sure he's very aware of.
They're going to line up with the trips left. Their receivers on the left-hand side.
Down, set.
He's going to drop back.
They're playing straight pass defense right now. Everybody dropping back. And a good move by Gucci. He's picking up huge yardage right now. Great run. He should have stepped out of bounds there at the end. But now the clock keeps running. They're going to play some hurry up here. But what a great run for 29 yards.
Absolutely. The Bills, I'm pretty sure the Bills were dropping back expecting that pass. With them being so far back and with not much time, they expected the pass. And, he gave him room just to make that beautiful run.
Dropping back very far as Gucci. I'd throw this away if I was him, and he does. Caught out of bounds, but clearly out.
That goes back to the discussion we were having earlier about, the quarterback's not really taking advantage of throwing it out. And, he made the smart move there because you do not want to pick right now. Not on the Warriors side.
Yep. Definitely. A turnover could kill not just this drive, but the entire mood of your team. Good job stepping up there. And he's going deep, launching it into coverage. It's a 2 against 1, and Sick makes the catch. 23 seconds and ticking remaining, and they'll take their first time out. I believe it's their first time out with 19 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, absolutely. They're in the red zone now. Beautiful catch, beautiful time management.
Crazy catch.
This is the Warriors that I'm used to seeing here.
That was a great catch by Sick. And a good decision by Gucci, recognizing, we don't have much time left. I'm back here. I'm in trouble. Let's shoot for the stars and try to make a play. And he trusted in Sick, and Sick made the catch. So a good play there for the Warriors.
Absolutely.
There was 2 Warriors and 3 Bills there. Makes the catch even more impressive. He doesn't have anybody open so far. Under pressure, too, now. Throw it away would be smart, and he does. Almost is intercepted, though. I'm not sure if that was an intentional throwaway, but it was a throwaway. 5 seconds left. I don't think you can go for the field goal here. I think you go for the touchdown.
I'd go for the touchdown. What do you have to lose,
Yep. Like I said.
They're in striking range. What would you do? Would you try and run it? I mean,
it depends. It's all situational. I don't like to commit to any one thing. And he might get sacked here. He's thrown to the end zone. That's going to be intercepted. And that's going to be Zaney, who's going to try to take it back for a touchdown. He won't. And we go into the half with our score 28-7 Bills. But, they had to go for the touchdown there, and you can't say anything about them going for that because they didn't really have a choice. A field goal wouldn't have done much.
Absolutely not. And the pressure on that, on that one was substantial. Made him, force that pick.
Yeah.
On a defensive line, you can get in there, and not get the sack, But, if you're playing containment, you contain that quarterback. You can't roll to his left or right, and you force a pick like that. Right there in my mind, that is just as good as a sack, if not better, because you get the turnover.
Yep.
And you bring your offense on the on the field. So great work by the defense there, containing that.
Yeah.
So what do you think so far?
I think the game's a lot closer than the score shows. You look at the scoreboard, it's 28-7 Bills, but the Warriors, I think 3 drives now have ended in the red zone in a turnover, or at least in Bills territory. If I'm not mistaken, the first fumble happened in Bills territory, then that pick just now, and I believe they had one more in Bills territory that ended in a turnover. I could be wrong about that, but even if it's only the 2, those two drives that could have potentially ended in points are huge at this point now, because you're looking at a 3-possession game. and 2 turnovers in Bills territory at least. It could have been 3. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but those are huge, even if it's 2. The 2 touchdowns, 28-21, with the Warriors getting the ball back, those were 2 huge turnovers. One of them, obviously, nothing they can do, a fumble, but that last play there, really good pressure by the Bills to force that turnover. Apologize. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. And looks like we have a visitor, Mama V, joining us here, and I can't think right now.
What is that? Is that like a? Is that supposed to be like a unicorn
I
pig?
think that's a unicorn. Yeah, I think
Like a
it's
unicorn pig. I'm not really sure what it is. It looks absolutely great though, regardless of what it is.
Absolutely,
Really nice.
absolutely, and and a big shout out to V. She's now the marketing director. For the marketing team, she's getting out there, getting the sponsors. To keep this league going, get names out there, and she's doing a fantastic job. I'm on the marketing team, so I'm kind of seeing all the internal work done. It's coming along quite well. She's taking it by the horns. So, but yeah, absolutely. It's as you said. The game is close. They're only down a couple touchdowns. If they can start producing on these when they're in the Bills territory, I think the Warriors will be able to pull this back.
Mm-hmm.
Craven just getting in there and doing work.
Yeah.
So Craven has made a couple rookie mistakes, but he's getting it out there and getting the work done.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the biggest thing for the Warriors right now is don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about the score. Come out in the second half. You get the ball first. I'm 95% sure that they get the ball to start the second half. You gotta just do your game plan, whatever it was from the start. Get points out of this drive. You have to come up with a touchdown somehow on this drive, because if you don't, and the Bills get the ball back and they score, that's over at that point. We've seen a lot of crazy things happen, but I'm sorry, 28-point comeback. At that point, I don't know if it's doable, especially against a team that can just run the ball and run the clock out. So you have to come up with a scoring drive here when you start the half, and if you do, and it's only a 2-touchdown game, you're still in it. You're still in it. You just can't come up with something that's going to hurt your team. Like, you can't throw a pick from your own 5-yard line for a pick six. You can't do anything that's going to hurt your team, because if the Bills get the ball, like I said, and they score, it's practically over.
Absolutely, you got to play it smart. The Warriors are going to have to come out. They're going to have to play smart, move the ball, and just get the ball down the field. Once they get in the red zone, they're going to have to get those points when they get in the red zone.
Yeah, that's where they're struggling at the moment. All their drives, it seems like they march, and then just stall out right before they score.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Well, I feel like we're looking at the offensive line and defensive line on both teams, and I feel like they are, pretty well matched. We're seeing a couple big sacks, but as far as, the blocking going, it looks like both teams' lines are getting the blocks, they're getting the coverage, and the containment done. So it's good to see, these lines doing the work, because I mean, if you don't have a line, it's really hard for your team to succeed if you can't get that line going. So I feel that is key. So it's good to see these lines working as well as they are.
Definitely. And like I said, it's sad that the score is a 3-possession game right now, because this game is way closer, I feel, than the scoreboard shows.
Absolutely, and the reason it's a 3 is that fumble.
Yeah, the turnovers
that happened. Yeah, the turnovers are just hurting them. The Warriors are getting up there. They're pushing. They're getting the drives, and they're making the distance. They're covering the green, like they should. But it's just, right at the end, something happens. Either a fumble, which, like you said, is out of their control, or you throw that crucial pick, and that really, really just hurts them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Mama V wants to. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was about to cover. Go ahead and get that.
Mama V wants to make sure that all of you remember to make it over to the Christmas Expo at the Lightning Video, where the UFL has their booth set up for the month of December. Don't disappoint, Mama V. Do it.
She'll that horn looks pretty sharp. I've heard V, somewhat. I don't know if somewhat mad or somewhat angry, but that's one person I don't want to make mad.
Mama V is never angry.
She's from the north. I don't like making New Jersey folks angry. I don't know what you'd call them, New Jerseyites or
I'm
New
not sure.
Jerseyans.
I'd have to ask my mom. She's from that area, Just ask her.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We just
Not like Mama V couldn't tell us, but
Yeah, we just call them Northerners.
I know you're typing because it shows up in the stream, but I want to make sure for anybody not paying attention to that they saw what you had to say for us. She's not from New Jersey.
My bad. I just got corrected. Not from New Jersey, so New Yorker. My bad.
The second half is about to go underway.
It's all the same to me, Mama V. Sorry.
Oh, I love you too, Leroy. Shouts out to Leroy, who won the Furry Cup a couple days ago. Congratulations.
Furry Cup. Yeah, I'm a little sad over here, man. Cam, you're getting all the love, and looks like we got the second half going on.
The message I just got right now makes me smile. Anyways, Nathan Porter with the return. He gets 22 yards of really good return, and they'll start out with good field position and a must-score drive, if you ask me.
Absolutely. Great field position. Great way to start this drive. Let's see if they can keep this momentum up. It trips to the left. Got Calvin, Nathan, and Sick on the left-hand side.
They're not bringing the pressure here. It looks like they're strictly playing contain, and now they are. And he takes advantage right when they get aggressive and takes off, picks up about 5 yards, tackled by Puppet. Leroy, is this safe to open? I don't know if I trust you.
It's from Leroy.
I don't know
if Leroy sends safe to open.
Leroy, I want confirmation that that's indeed safe to open before I open it. Good play and a good catch by Sick. Good job by Gucci, just buying himself time in the backfield. Good blocks from his line. And a really good job by Sick as well for finding that open spot and making that shoestring catch.
Absolutely. This is that Warriors drive that we were talking about, that they've just got to get out there and start hammering it.
Down, set, how you...
Once again, good block.
He's got plenty of time. Yeah, absolutely. The blocks are there. He's going to pass.
He just spikes that one in the dirt.
Incomplete, yeah.
Once again on that play, though, something that I wasn't expecting. They brought in that slot receiver for an extra block. They had 4 blockers on that play. Looks like 69 Loon, their right slot receiver right here, was the extra blocker on that play. And I'm going to keep my eye on that because now you're sacrificing another receiver for that 4th block. And he does it again. He comes in for that outside linebacker, completely misses him, however. And a really good job by Gucci, who didn't get any blocks and still found a way to make plays. And he's still on his feet, still going, and now he just throws it away, and it gets batted down by, I believe, Dre. That was a really good job. I'm not sure how many blocks were on that play, but I know the first 5 or 6 seconds, there were none.
Yeah,
so really good job.
That was a good job of that scramble.
Mm-hmm. But once again, now you take away that 5th receiver, and even though he made plays and he had all that extra time because of the plays he made himself, he wasn't able to take advantage of that because there was more people in coverage on less receivers.
That's right. And a good comeback route by Nathan. Nathan kind of went out, and then he just shot back in, got away from his coverage, and was able to make that reception and gain some yards for the Warriors. So they're looks like they're about one.
Watch out for that bubble screen again. They don't go to it. They bring in the extra blocker, and a good play. There is a flag on the play. He's got his man deep, and he's going to hit him for a big gain, but let's check the flag before we get too excited.
I hope that one doesn't come back on him. It's going to be close to. I think it's going to be an offsides on the defense. We'll see in just a second on that. That left outside linebacker was really pushing the envelope there.
There's no referee timeout. I'm not sure if they accidentally threw that flag. We're not getting any.
Looks like the referee's coming out. He's kind of in the midfield.
Are you guys stopping play? You threw a flag. Clock's running.
And now they stop the clock.
It's
Offsides. Away team.
And that hurts the Warriors there that the refs took so long
on
because
Yeah,
they burned
should
a
put the
good
time back on the
15,
clock
10,
there.
15 seconds there. Time that they
Yeah,
need.
and I was right. It was going to be an offsides call on that left outside linebacker. So that's going to help him out a little bit. Hopefully they're going to put the time back on the clock for him, because that'd be very detrimental to lose that time.
So now that we know that play does count, we can go back to that play. That was a really good job by Sick, finding that open spot, making the catch, and a good decision by Gucci.
Absolutely. So they've been in this area a couple times, and got that turnover. Let's see if Gucci can put it in and get that drive that we were talking about that they really, really drastically need.
Yep. This is where they've stalled. They need to take advantage here of the red zone. Let's see if they can get it in for the second time today. Gucci ran it in the first time. Let's see if he goes back to that, because I don't think he really tried to run much in the red zone since then. Kind of gotten away from it.
the ball in play.
And they did give them time back. They move it back up to 7 minutes. So props to the referees there for the awareness to do that.
Absolutely, yeah, because that was crucial time lost, and he's going to get back.
Great move by Gucci to avoid pressure.
Absolutely.
And he's got a man in the middle. He looks like he's got two. He should just throw this one away at this point. It looks a little broken, and he does. He had a little bit of time. Yeah.
Yeah, at this moment, I'm pretty sure what's going through his mind, and you being a quarterback, being in this zone right here, you don't want to get that pick, especially since he's had a couple times where he's been picked right here.
You really don't. And they go back to the bubble screen. It's Nathan Forder who's going to pick up about 5 yards, and that's a solid game considering red zone. You only need 20 to get it in there, so 5 yards on second down. They'll take that.
Absolutely.
And I look for that play again on the right side because, short yardage now, 3rd and 5. This is 4-down territory. So you have 2 plays to get 5 yards. Burning a lot of time here, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their goal is on this one, but looks
and
like,
they do go back to that play,
and
they lose 4.
That's a tough one.
Cal Quan makes the catch, but Pater read it perfectly. And once again, I apologize for the camera there. But they lose 4 yards on the bubble screen to the right side. So it works on the left. They switch it over to the right, and they lose the yards. They just got back. So now 4th and 9. Crucial play here. This could be the game for the Warriors if they can't get it. Looks like they're playing contain. He might just throw it up here into a crowd and just hope for the best.
Well, he's got a man on the right side, kind of I am cat. He's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, he's probably just going to end up lobbing it.
Yeah.
And he will not. He throws it short to Zaney.
Man, that's tough.
And Zaney with a good return, and he's gonna go all the way for a touchdown. Looks like. He may be at a sprint now. No, he's gonna get stopped. My bad for the premature call there, but.
So he didn't get the pick 6, but he put him in. He put the Bills right in striking distance, and that's what we were talking about earlier. That turnover, that's tough in the red zone right there.
That hurts. Because now you flip it. Now the Bills have it in the red zone now. And if they can take advantage of it and punch it in here for a touchdown, that
absolutely.
It's going to be tough.
Craven back with lots of time.
Plenty of time.
He's just sitting back there.
And he's going to throw it up to the end zone in the corner, and it is caught for the touchdown to Liber Pater. Great catch in the one-on-one coverage, and now you're looking at a 4-touchdown game. The Warriors have to score very, very quick here on this drive. But, we talked at the half, and we talked about what can't happen for the Warriors, and this was it. This was probably the worst-case scenario.
It's good.
Absolutely, and to allow them to get that deep of a return on that interception, that hurt them because I mean that's a one play touchdown for the Bills, and it just sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
So 35-7 now.
And that's tough right there.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
Yeah, definitely. We got 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Warriors don't have a lot of time to make up for the 4 touchdowns, but it's doable. You know, we've seen a lot of things happen. A lot of crazy things happen, especially how quick this game goes. And teams love to pass. What you won't see, like in real life, you won't see teams just handing it off over and over again. You know, just burning clock. Sure, they're going to try to run it, but they'll still pass. You know, if you get a touchdown here, an interception and a touchdown, even though those chances are kind of slim now at this point, you still have a chance to come back in this game, and it'll be interesting.
Absolutely, you know, like you were saying, that worst case scenario has happened for the Warriors, so they're gonna have to get some good plays.
And a sack by Jazzy. I think that's our third of the day.
That is, Jazzy's getting back there, and this is when the morale starts dropping.
Yeah.
Your players just start kind of start losing it, and that's when the quarterback has to step in, or somebody has to step in and say, hey guys, we're still in this. Because if they start dropping, you're going to see those points start.
Yeah, this is when the leaders have to be leaders. And they have 5 blockers in the back now. Now Cal goes up, but he's still blocking. And he has room to run. He's not going to take it. He's just going to throw this one up. And it is intercepted by Jaden Spot. We talked about him quite a lot today. And there's his
Magic
first
hands Jaden. Yep, Magic hands Jaden.
And now that's
a tough.
Yeah. That's just the Warriors saying, we need to score quick. Let's throw it up. Let's try to get downfield as quick as we can, because there's not a whole lot of time to come back.
To do that, when you try and force, it, it just you get exactly what just happened right there. You get a turnover.
And a sack for Katia.
Sacked.
And Cat makes the Bills pay with a 2-yard sack there. However, you're also, as the Warriors, hurting right now because the clock is running.
Down, set, height.
And Krevin is just back there right now. I think he's just trying to burn clock. You'll see him just doing a lot of moves back here in the pocket. And he does throw it up. And he's got his man, and it is caught once again by Jaden. Gain of 38.
He had double coverage, on that, and Jaden just kind of dropped back and grabbed that. I mean, it was a great reception by Jaden.
And he's well over 100 yards now with a couple of touchdowns. Looking good today.
Down, set, hike.
Krevin rolls to his right, and they're bringing 5. Krevin's still with time. They drop one back into pass coverage once again. Close to a sack, but he finds his man. A good throw. And Zaney with the catch for a gain of 7. And it's going to be 2nd and 3. But they're right up there, about to threaten to score again. And if they do, I'm afraid that's probably all for this game.
Absolutely, and the Bills are just trying to close that. You can hear it in Craven's voice. He's getting it out there. He's got his game face on.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put it in there.
Great pocket movement from Krevin here, and he finds his man for the touchdown, and that was Jaden for his third of the game.
Absolutely, Jaden was just kind of sitting back there. He had his one-on-one coverage, but he broke him away, and just Craven was right there, just popped him with it.
Yep.
So it's going to be 41 Bills, Warriors 7. They, barring this, the kick would make it 42.
And I think now that what the Warriors have to do is just try to keep everything together and just stick to the original game plan and just try to come up with some points here and see what you can do and what to work on. Because realistically, that's probably the game now at this point. But you talk about those turnovers in the red zone. 3 or 4 turnovers in the red zone? Huge is an understatement for how big that those turnovers were for the Warriors.
Absolutely. If they would have,
Ball and clay.
if they would have bring that, if they would have brought it home on those drives, we'd see, much more points on the board. It'd be a much closer game
Yeah.
than what the scoreboard is telling us. Because as you said earlier, this game is close, but every time we get these turnovers, it's just hurting them. So Nathan with the reception on the kick, and he's going to try and work his way to the 30,
Good
but he's going
tackle
to get
by
taken
Asher
down.
Jacks.
So the man you spoke of, to watch has been on fire tonight.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Jaden's getting out there. He's making the catches, and Craven. Props
Look
to
at
Craven.
this.
It's
Was there 6 blockers? They bring in the house with blockers, and then it looked like a block and go almost as the receivers went back out. And a good play to Sick, who's going to pick up some yak here for a gain of 7. But at the start of that play, it looks like the tight ends blocked and then ran out for routes. Well, I don't know if that's it's probably something that was predetermined before the snap. And like I said, this is a drive where you just have to kind of orchestrate something and see what you need to work on and just maybe try to experiment a little bit. And so far, we've seen 2 different formations that they haven't ran all game. So I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely. And you know what the Warriors need right now? They need a touchdown. They need that morale boost to get that touchdown, to get their drive back. And it looks like it's batted down again. It's going to be 3rd and 3 on the Warriors' 34. They've got to get this. They've got to get this conversion. They've got to get this first down. But it's still can't call it. It's still close enough that they can come back, but they're just going to have to magically just be able to produce this offensive drive.
Mm-hmm.
And against the Bills, it's the Bills are proving to be a good defensive team to stop that drive. So
yeah, and here's a screen again. It looked like a delayed slip screen over here for 69 Loon, who picks up 3 and is very close to the first. I think they might give them this first. They should.
Yeah, they should. If I was reffing on that one, I would definitely give them that first down because it's right on the money.
Yeah, and they will. The reffing has been very good tonight. I'm very impressed with how well those 3 have done. I believe it's Tupac, Razdan, and Keese. They've done a very good job tonight.
Absolutely. I've reffed with Razdan before. I've reffed a couple games with him, and it's great calls. I haven't had I haven't really heard of any issues that have come out from the from the players against the refs.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I think they have 5 blockers on the play, and he's gonna lose a yard here.
Yeah, it's lots of people.
He got back to the line.
Backfield.
Yeah.
And I mean, that takes away from your receivers.
Yep. So even though Gucci can buy himself a little bit of time because of the extra blocks, he has nobody open because you got 2-3 receivers out there in 5-man coverage, and it's tough. He's dropping way back. He has some room to step up, and he finally will. And he's got a man on the left side wide open, and that was a touchdown if he saw him. And unfortunately, he gets sacked by Otis. Looked like, I think this is Sick over here, or Nate Forder. I think that's Nate Forder. It is. Nate Forder was wide open by himself over here. The only defender in sight was here. And that was a touchdown if he would have just peeked over to his left.
Absolutely. And they're kind of staying, behind, in their own, on their own green, and it's 4th and 8, and it's tough. Tough drive for the Warriors, but the Bills answering. They're getting that defense in.
So we're looking at a 4th and 8 here at the start of the 4th quarter. The score right now, I believe, is 42-7. Yeah, it is in the Bills' favor. With 9 minutes left in the game now, 4th down for the Warriors, needing a first here, needing 8 yards.
And that left outside linebacker, he's pushed on the line right there. But and it's kind of what you got to do. If you play safe as a defender and you kind of hold back and wait for the ball to snap.
Thrown right to Zaney.
Right to him.
It looked like there was a miscommunication on the play. It looked like Sick started cutting across field as Gucci threw that ball. And Zaney was the only one left. Good interception by him, a good run back of 34 yards, and Previn and the Bills will take over and in Warriors territory at the 24-yard line.
Yo, we're going to make some line changes.
Yeah, and these interceptions
Okay.
that the Warriors are giving up are really hurting them because they're making them in the backfields,
Mhm.
in the backfield, and giving the Bills phenomenal coverage. And
Yeah.
Creven is showing that he can put it in the end zone in 1 to 2.
Do you want a timeout?
1 to 2 plays.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like Creven is doing a line swap here. Not going to call a timeout, so we'll see how the play clock rolls down.
Looks like Timmy Tennant and Roby
Down, set,
Earnshaw will
hike.
come in. I believe both have been with the Bills for quite some time. I know Roby has.
Oh, that throw was just in front of his receiver there. Intended was I can get my camera on him. So it was Robbie Earnshaw there, the intended receiver. But yeah, it's talking about the Bills. Back in the CFL season, the Bills they had a
Down, set, hike.
they were pretty much the exact same players. Pretty much throughout the entire CFL.
Mhm.
I came in at season 2, but
Ooh, a missed catch
I'm pretty
there
sure their
from
roster has always been the same. So it's
Yeah.
it kind of took me by surprise that they did such a drastic roster change when Craven came in.
Yeah, definitely. And they look good. They've looked good today. They've looked good all of the game. They've played really good. We've talked a lot about the Warriors, having those turnovers
Down, set,
in the red
hike.
zone, but we haven't talked a lot about the Bills causing those turnovers in the red zone. And although there was one fumble, all the other ones have been interceptions, and they've done a really good job playing defense when the Warriors are about to score.
Absolutely, their defensive line, is getting in there and putting the pressure. Making making Gucci make those moves and have to scramble because as well as I do when you're working and scrambling around and trying to get away from the blockers, it takes away your attention. You've got to be able to focus on those on your receivers, and when you're getting rushed like that, it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bills. It's going to cost them 5 yards, but I don't think that's going to hurt the Bills. It's going to drop them back a little bit, but I think Craven and his team's going to be able to make that up.
Yeah, I agree.
I always like seeing a good defense. That's probably my favorite part of playing is playing on the
Down,
defense.
set, hike.
I almost had a bad slip there, but I caught myself and completed my word.
Good time for Creven and a perfect throw and a really good catch by Zaney, and we got first and goal.
Absolutely, just what I said. That 5 yards. Honestly, I think the 5 yard might have helped him because it drops him back. Because once you crowd that end zone with receivers, it can take a little bit to get a completion there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know when I play
good rush, and they do
and
come away with a sack.
They do get the
that
sack.
was sick Akiri, but I believe it was 69 Loon who caused the stumble there to create the sack for Sick. A very good rush there that time by the Warriors.
Good
and we got a new
stumble,
quarterback. Dante is in to play quarterback now. Creven moves over to the receiver on the right side.
Let's see what he does. He's going to drop back.
And Dante's first pass is a completion to Creven for 13 yards.
Now, do you think that was predetermined?
The throw, the decision to throw it to him?
The throw right to Craven, because that was a quick pass. He dropped back about 10-15 and just beelined it to him.
I'm not sure it was. I think that, I've played with Dante quite a bit in pickups, and I feel like that's something he does, and a good run there. I feel like, I do the same thing. Like, I like to, if there's somebody open right off the bat, I'm going to throw it really quick. And I feel like Dante, he does that quite a bit as well. So I don't think it was predetermined, but I definitely think Creven probably said, look, if you're going to play receiver, at least give me a look. Or if you're going to play quarterback, I'm sorry, and let me play receiver, give me a look. But no, I don't think it was predetermined. He's got a man wide open, Zaney. He's just going to try to run it in and get stopped. A great tackle by, I believe, Cal Kwan, and it was. And they're going to turn it over.
It's going to be a turnover on downs, but that field position is tough. This is right here. This is a situation that I'm sack hungry on this.
Yeah, look for Creven to come out with the blitz here. And now Gucci needs to make sure to tell his receivers, guys, we need quick routes here. Maybe that bubble screen to Nate Forder. maybe, an out route here, some kind of slant from your slot receivers. You need something quick because if all these receivers go deep and this guy, these two, and the linebacker blitz, it's game over. And they do go with a quick route to the outside. I apologize for the camera. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around for this. But you definitely need quick routes. And it looks like he did go right for that out route, like I had mentioned. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there. But with all the blitzing, it's really hard to make plays. And they're going to bring in extra blockers here with the tight ends.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a lot of white jerseys there in that end zone chasing him.
Down, sit how you.
And he's going to try to get some yards, get out of there a little bit. He gets a yard, buys himself a little bit of room, and it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, not much though. When you're dropping back in that shotgun formation, you're already back far enough.
Yeah. See if we can maneuver this. It's a bit of an awkward area.
I can imagine it's a little bit of an awkward area to be quarterbacking too, because I know when I take my turn at QBing, it's that goalpost that really gets in the way.
Down, sit how you.
Yeah, let's see what he does.
So he does get a quick pass off right to, I believe it was Nathan, and it was for the first down.
That's
a good
right,
gain
yep.
of 12, and a really good job by Gucci, stepping up. I'm sure it was him. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm sure it was him that said, guys, we need some quick routes. And, I think the time from snap to throw there was less than 2 seconds. Really good job by Gucci and Nathan there with that connection.
Absolutely. And he, that catch was a really good catch too, because I don't know if you saw it. I was able to cam real fast.
Yeah, I saw it. It was.
He was surrounded. He was able to grab in and get those hands out and get that receipt. Wow, yeah. I forgot how to word. Get that catch.
Words are hard, Tom.
I forgot how to English.
So Gucci with some time, he steps back and then a good job finding his way back up the pocket. He has a man open there, but
he is being chased hard.
Oh, and a fumble here, and that's going to be recovered for a touchdown. Andrew Rice.
That is tough.
Back to the question earlier from chat. No, he is not benched. He just had a touchdown there on defense.
That's a tough one right there. I mean, it's just.
And celebrating coming from the Bills here.
The league is pushing for that. They're pushing for the players to actually get out there and kind of celebrate when
I don't see what's wrong with celebrating. I don't have a problem with celebration.
I don't either. And a lot of the games I saw, and the first season I started playing football with with the Falcons. I didn't see any celebrations happening, any teams, any games.
And a missed extra point.
Oh, and a missed. Yeah. I don't know if he just got too excited over that one, or
he might have been changing his hotkeys for celebrating buttons. Got a little distracted. Right. Had to change his dance to Alt 3. No, but I'm with you though. I agree that the celebrating, it adds to it. So it's pretty fun. One big thing you love watching NFL teams when they score. You love to watch your favorite players who just scored to do a little dance.
Absolutely. Especially when they get something creative. You see some actually good moves from these guys doing.
You know what's not creative, Tom? Kissing your arm. That's not creative.
That's definitely not creative.
That's not creative.
It's a good thing nobody does that here.
Yeah, it's a really good thing nobody kisses their arm. I don't know what kind of person would do that, but I don't think it's very creative. Anyways, the kick here. It's received by Nathan Forder here, who's going to try to get his team's best field position possible. And he's doing a good job here. It's a good return and good blocks, and he gets out to the 33-yard line or so.
Absolutely. Now the Carlton, that's classic. Back in the 90s.
Is it classic?
Yes, I think it was before you were born.
Oh, I don't.
I pulled that one. That's how it is.
Down, sit how you.
So Gucci rolling out to his left. He has plenty of blockers and a lot of time. He has 2 guys open in the middle. That's where he'll go, but it's batted down by Otis.
It's batted down, absolutely. Now, something I've seen that I haven't seen before. I'm used to seeing bat downs, but recently I saw an interception actually happen from a defensive And that kind of took me by surprise. And I think it took her by surprise as well that she
From a
caught it.
certain Mama
Down,
V.
say hi.
From a Mama V, and that was and a hard sack.
Great sack by
Loses
Andrew Rice
15
showing up
yards.
again.
Letting us know that he is not on the bench.
He's definitely not on the bench. Shout out to Mama V's first career interception for a touchdown in her last game.
Down,
Very
say hi.
nice. Good blocks here this time. He has plenty of time. He has a couple guys open in the middle there, and that's where he'll go. And a great catch by Tremaine.
Oh man, and that was very close. Great catch, great comeback on that one. You know, you see these across the cross field throws, and it's always you clinch up going, oh man, because
Yeah.
you got to air those up pretty hard. So I thought that was going to be intercepted, but good comeback on that reception there.
Down, say hi.
They're looking at a 4th and 7 here from their own 36, and once again, good time. Got another man open in the middle here. And he's going to go deep. He has a man open deep. That was a really good throw, really good decision, and a perfect catch by Sick. Really good decision. I didn't even see that man, to be honest. Luckily for the Warriors, Gucci did, finding that open area and just chucking it in there for Sick, who makes the catch. It was a good play.
Down, say hi.
Absolutely, that was a good. There we go with the words again.
And again,
another one right in the
another
center.
perfectly thrown ball, bullet pass there for Sick once again, who's showing up for sure on this drive.
Absolutely, and we're back in the red zone, and hopefully he can break the the curse of the red zone that he's got right now. Gucci's going to line up with Cal Kwan to his right-hand side in the running back position.
Let's see if they keep bringing those extra blockers or if they just attack with 5 receivers here. And they will bring extra blockers. And it's going to be a handoff to Cal Kwan, who's going to make his way over to the left side. He has some blockers, but they don't get the block on Otis, who stops the run for a yard.
Yeah, he spent way too much time in the backfield there. When you do a handoff run play like that, you give the defense time to adjust. They're going to come in and close that gap. It's tough to run in this league due to the stumble. You've got to catch him by surprise and hanging back in the backfield as long as he did. That cost him those extra yards.
Buying himself time in the backfield. He's dropped back about 20 yards right now, and he's just going to heave it to the corner of the end zone, and his receiver, I don't think, got it. No, it went over their heads, it looked like. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. 3rd and goal, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got 2 more chances to get it there and get that touchdown and get some more points on the board. They, something they desperately need, as I said earlier. If they can get that, they can get some of their confidence back.
Yeah.
He's going to go ahead and drop back, trips to the right. He's going to be pursued with his blockers following.
He's just going to chuck it to the end zone here. And it's going to be caught for a touchdown. A great catch by Nate Forder, who gets the 2nd touchdown of the game. It's the first passing touchdown out of Gucci Louis Prada. And the Warriors get on the board once again.
Absolutely. Like I said, they needed to get that touchdown. They had to get that that drive back going. So they're going to get some more points on the board. It's going to bring them to 14-48, pending this extra point attempt.
Down, set, height.
And the kick is good. They're going to be 14-48 in the 4th quarter. I don't have the clock here.
It's 1 minute and 4 left in the game.
Wow, I didn't realize we were almost over. I think we were still in the 3rd quarter.
Is there another game tomorrow? I haven't even seen the schedule.
No, it's not. This is the only 2 games for the season. I believe they're going to pick back up this weekend, I do believe. So who are we going to pull in to interview on this one? Definitely Magic Hands, Jaden.
Yeah, I was just going to say Jaden. Jaden and probably Crevin.
Well, maybe.
Crevin.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that's a good
Crevin from the Bills. Are we supposed to do both teams or winning team? I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
The past couple games that I've refed at, they've done the winning team. So if
you want to throw them IMs, get them over here after the game. That'd be great.
And onside kick, and it's recovered.
Oh, and Cal Kwan recovers for the Warriors.
That's a good call. I really think that was a good call.
Yeah, they didn't really have a choice.
Down. Set height.
Oh, and Creven is sacked by Puppet. He bought himself some time there, but
Timeout Warriors.
wasn't
That's gonna be
able
a correction.
to make a
That's
to
gonna
make a
be
decision.
Gucci getting sacked by Puppet.
It's both teams. I'm being told we are supposed to interview people from both teams. So on the other side, we could grab why don't we grab Nate Forder and Gucci.
That sounds good. You know, their lead receiving and the quarterback. Absolutely. I'll go ahead and send the IMs out so they know.
All right, time in.
Thank you very much, Mama V. Just 42 seconds left in the game and ticking. Good block there. And they're just going to heave this one up into a crowd, and it is intercepted by Roby Earnshaw. Very good catch there in a big bundle of players. And with 33 seconds left, Bill's probably either just gonna throw it up and get some extra yards, or depending if they want to do that.
Yeah, I mean they've got some times to put some more points on the board.
Yeah.
Are they going? Is this are they going for a bye as well for this week?
No, I don't think there's buys anymore. That was only for the first round.
Okay, I got you.
So he may just run around, burn some clock.
Down, set.
Unless he wants to get some more practice in there and throw it. And yeah, he does just run around, burn some clock, and get sacked eventually by 69 Loon for a loss of 7. And with 20 seconds remaining, that may have been the last play of the game.
Well, they're getting on the balls quick, so
yeah, it looks like they will get one more play off.
Down, set, height.
And he will. Rolling out to his left, and good blocks there. He has plenty of time. Probably just going to be a toss-up here.
Yeah, he's going to burn it.
And it will be. And it's going to be to Dre Courts, and he makes the catch. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Andrew Rice. That's a different player without a jersey wearing
and he's gonna get
a T-shirt.
Oh, and that is.
And that was Andrew Rice.
That's going to be the end of the game.
I just wanted to get on top of
Your final score here is 48-14 with the Bills winning over the Warriors. Tom, did you get a response back from those players?
I did. I let Nathan, Jaden know. I haven't got a response back from Nathan yet, so I'm going to send another IM.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute TeamSpeak so I don't get an echo going.
Microphone muted.
Okay. Ooh, that no AO walk. Too good, too good. That no AO. So good. Thank you, Dante. What's up, bro? All right, can I get Jaden and Creven over here?